When we talk about fat loss, most people immediately think of cutting calories, punishing workouts, or strict rules that make life harder, not better. But the truth is simpler and far more empowering. Your body is not broken. It's responding to the signals you give it every single day. And some foods don't just feed you. They guide your metabolism, calm inflammation, reset hormones, and unlock the natural fat-burning mechanisms already built into your biology. These foods act like metabolic messengers, telling your body it's safe to release stored fat, repair damaged cells, and restore balance from the inside out. When you understand which foods carry these signals and how they interact with your fasting cycles, your energy, and your day-to-day choices, you begin to realize that transformation doesn't come from force. It comes from alignment. Today, we're going to look at 6 powerful foods that do exactly that: burn fat, heal your body, and help you function the way nature designed you to. Each of these foods plays a unique role, whether it's stabilizing insulin, fighting inflammation, enhancing mitochondrial function, or supporting cellular repair. And when you integrate them intentionally, even small changes can create a compounding effect that shifts your entire metabolism toward fat burning and deep healing. When we talk about fat burning, most people picture a process that requires extreme discipline, rigid dieting, or complicated protocols. But the reality is far more rooted in biology than in willpower. Your body follows signals, and those signals come from hormones, nutrients, and the foods you choose to put on your plate. Every bite you take either pushes your metabolism towards storing fat or releasing fat, and this shift is guided by the information carried within the foods themselves. Some foods naturally trigger metabolic pathways that increase fat oxidation, calm hormonal spikes, and tell your body that it's safe and ready to burn stored energy. This isn't about magic or hype. It's about understanding how your body responds to these biochemical signals and how you can use food as a tool to guide that response. When you begin to think of food not just as calories, but as communication, you start to see why certain ingredients have such a profound impact on your metabolism. The modern diet often overwhelms the body with sugars, refined carbohydrates, and processed oils that push insulin higher and higher throughout the day. Elevated insulin is one of the key reasons fat burning becomes sluggish, because insulin's primary job is to store energy, not release it. This is where specific foods become powerful allies. Some foods naturally keep insulin low, helping your metabolism shift into a fat-burning mode more easily and more consistently. These insulin-friendly foods stabilize your blood sugar, reduce the hormonal roller coaster that leaves you tired and hungry, and slowly nudge your body back into a balanced state. When insulin remains controlled, your body can finally tap into stored fat instead of relying on constant external fuel, and the shift feels steady rather than stressful. There are also foods rich in compounds that activate a metabolic switch inside your cells that tells your body to burn fat for energy. When AMPK is activated, cells begin using stored fuel, breaking down fat more efficiently and supporting overall metabolic flexibility. Foods like green tea, berries, fermented ingredients, and certain spices carry natural molecules that signal AMPK activation. This internal shift helps your body operate more efficiently and encourages fat metabolism without requiring extreme diets. Understanding this makes it clear that foods are not passive. They are active participants in shaping your metabolic state. Another key factor is thermogenesis, the process of generating heat and burning calories during digestion and metabolism. Some foods naturally increase thermogenesis, making your body use more energy just to process them. Protein-rich foods, spicy foods, and ingredients like ginger or turmeric gently elevate your metabolic rate, helping you burn more calories throughout the day. This doesn't mean eating one spice will transform your body, but integrating these foods consistently turns your metabolism into an active, responsive system rather than a sluggish one. The body is always adapting, and thermogenic foods encourage it to adapt in the direction of fat loss and efficient energy use. Then there are foods that support fat burning by reducing chronic inflammation. When inflammation rises, metabolism slows, hormones misfire, and your body becomes more resistant to releasing stored fat. Anti-inflammatory foods like extra virgin olive oil, leafy greens, fatty fish, and colorful vegetables carry antioxidants and essential fatty acids that soothe inflammation at the cellular level. When inflammation goes down, insulin sensitivity improves, energy becomes more stable, and fat cells become more responsive to metabolic signals. This creates an environment where fat burning becomes easier because your body is no longer fighting a constant internal battle. Some foods also help regulate hunger hormones, such as ghrelin and leptin. When these hormones are out of balance, cravings intensify and appetite becomes unpredictable, often leading to overeating or constant snacking. Foods rich in fiber, healthy fats, and natural compounds that support gut health stabilize these hormones, making it easier to feel full, satisfied, and in control of your eating habits. A stable appetite is one of the most underrated keys to sustainable fat loss. And the right foods can make that stability feel natural rather than forced. When your hunger cues align with your body's energy needs, you no longer feel trapped by cravings, and fat burning becomes a smoother process. Another powerful way foods influence fat metabolism is by supporting liver function. The liver plays a central role in detoxification, hormone regulation, and the processing of fats. When the liver becomes sluggish due to high sugar intake, processed foods, or chronic inflammation, fat burning slows dramatically. Foods like cruciferous vegetables, citrus fruits, herbs, and certain spices contain compounds that enhance liver detoxification pathways, helping the body clear out toxins more effectively and use fats more efficiently. A healthy liver is one of the most important components of a high-functioning metabolism, and supporting it through targeted foods can shift your body toward fat burning and improved overall health. Finally, foods rich in specific micronutrients like magnesium, zinc, B vitamins, and essential amino acids play a direct role in metabolic reactions. These nutrients are required for energy production, hormone balance, and mitochondrial function, and deficiencies can slow down your entire metabolic system. When your body has all the building blocks it needs, operates more smoothly, burns energy more efficiently, and responds more effectively to fat-burning signals. This is why focusing on nutrient density, not just calorie counts, creates a much deeper metabolic shift. When you combine these insights, it becomes clear that certain foods do far more than simply provide energy. They guide your metabolism, support hormonal balance, enhance cellular communication, and activate natural fat-burning pathways that may have been dormant for years. These foods help your body return to the metabolic rhythm it was designed for, creating an internal environment where fat loss feels natural. Healing feels continuous, and energy becomes steady and sustainable. When we talk about foods that help with weight loss, one of the most overlooked principles is how they influence insulin, because insulin is the master storage hormone that determines whether your body burns fat or stores it. Many people try to lose weight by simply reducing calories. But if insulin remains high throughout the day, the body will continue storing energy instead of releasing it. Foods that naturally lower insulin or prevent unnecessary insulin spikes become extremely powerful tools for fat burning because they shift the hormonal environment in your favor. Instead of fighting your biology, you begin working with it. And once you understand how certain foods communicate with your hormones, you realize that sustainable fat loss is less about restriction and more about metabolic intelligence, where the right foods help your body access energy already stored inside you. Insulin rises the most after eating carbohydrates, especially refined ones like white flour, sugar, bread, and processed snacks. These foods digest quickly, flooding the bloodstream with glucose and forcing the body to release insulin to move that glucose into cells. But when insulin is elevated repeatedly, the body becomes stuck in storage mode, making it almost impossible to tap into fat reserves. Foods that lower insulin or cause smaller, slower glucose responses help interrupt the cycle. They create longer periods during which insulin stays low, allowing fat burning to take place more freely. This is why whole, unprocessed foods with a low glycemic impact are so beneficial. They prevent dramatic spikes and dips, keeping your hormonal environment calm and balanced. Some foods contain specific nutrients and compounds that actively improve insulin sensitivity, meaning the body requires less insulin to manage blood sugar. Cinnamon, vinegar, green vegetables, berries, almonds, chia seeds, and avocados all support better insulin signaling. When cells become more responsive to insulin, the body no longer needs to release large amounts of it. This improved sensitivity lowers the overall hormonal burden and helps shift your metabolism from storing energy to using it. Even small daily choices like adding vinegar before a meal or including more fiber-rich vegetables can have measurable effects on insulin dynamics. Fiber plays a major role in supporting lower insulin levels because it slows down digestion, especially the absorption of carbohydrates. When fiber is present, glucose enters the bloodstream more gradually, reducing the insulin response. This is why foods like flaxseed, leafy greens, berries, and legumes can be powerful allies. By simply controlling the speed of digestion, they create a more stable internal environment and prevent the blood sugar roller coaster that leads to increased hunger, cravings, and fat storage. Over time, the steady regulation helps break cycles of overeating and helps restore the body's natural rhythms. Healthy fats are another category of foods that help keep insulin low. Foods rich in omega-3s, monounsaturated fats, and natural saturated fats have minimal impact on insulin and help stabilize appetite for longer periods. Olive oil, nuts, seeds, coconut, fatty fish, and whole eggs deliver dense nutrition without pushing insulin upward. When meals include sufficient healthy fats, you experience longer satiety, fewer cravings, and more consistent energy. This translates into fewer metabolic disruptions and more time spent in fat-burning mode. Healthy fats also support cell membranes, hormone production, and brain function, making them valuable for not just insulin control, but overall wellness. Proteins have a moderate effect on insulin, but they are essential for blood sugar control because they help slow the absorption of carbohydrates when the two are eaten together. Lean meats, fish, eggs, and plant-based proteins like lentils or tofu support stable blood sugar levels, reducing the need for sudden insulin spikes. This stabilizing effect can be especially helpful for those who struggle with cravings or energy crashes. When protein intake is balanced and consistent, the body maintains steadier glucose levels throughout the day. Another category of insulin-lowering foods includes those that reduce inflammation because chronic inflammation reduces insulin sensitivity and forces the body to release more insulin in response to even small carbohydrate loads. Turmeric, ginger, garlic, olive oil, and colorful vegetables contain anti-inflammatory compounds that help restore balance at the cellular level. When inflammation drops, insulin sensitivity naturally improves, making it easier for the body to rely on stored energy rather than constantly seeking external fuel. This reduces the overall hormonal stress your metabolism has to manage. Fermented foods rich in probiotics play a surprisingly important role in insulin regulation as well. Kimchi, sauerkraut, kefir, yogurt, and miso support gut health. And a healthy gut microbiome is linked with improved insulin sensitivity. When digestion improves and gut bacteria are balanced, the body can process nutrients more efficiently. This reduces the burden placed on the pancreas and helps regulate the hormonal responses to food. A healthier gut means less inflammation, better blood sugar control, and improved fat metabolism. Another important group of foods includes those with natural compounds that mimic the effects of fasting by supporting metabolic pathways involved in insulin reduction. Green tea contains catechins that help lower insulin levels and improve fat burning. Certain spices, herbs, and plant compounds activate pathways that encourage the body to use stored energy more efficiently. These foods gently push the metabolism into a state that resembles the benefits of fasting, providing hormonal advantages without requiring extended periods without food. When insulin remains low for longer periods, even modestly, the body begins shifting into fat-burning mode frequently throughout the day. This metabolic switch is not dramatic, but gradual and steady, and it accumulates over time. Foods that support low insulin help create longer windows during which the body is free to burn fat, repair tissues, and maintain balanced energy. This shift doesn't require extreme dieting or deprivation. It simply requires understanding how food influences hormonal signals and choosing ingredients that support your goals. When these foods become part of your routine, the body experiences less metabolic chaos and more metabolic clarity. Hunger signals normalize. Energy becomes more consistent. Cravings fade, and fat burning becomes a more natural state. These insulin foods essentially help re-educate the metabolism, restoring the balance that allows your body to burn fat efficiently and heal from within. When we talk about healing the body from the inside out, inflammation is one of the most important factors to understand because it influences nearly every system in your body from metabolism and digestion to hormones and fat storage. Chronic inflammation acts like a constant internal fire, slowly disrupting the balance your cells need to function properly. When this fire burns long enough, It becomes harder for your metabolism to operate efficiently, harder for your hormones to stay stable, and harder for your body to release stored fat. Foods that reduce inflammation therefore become powerful tools not just for health, but for unlocking fat burning and restoring metabolic harmony. These foods don't work through force or restriction. They work by calming the internal environment, so your body feels safe enough to heal and let go of stored energy. Anti-inflammatory foods provide nutrients, antioxidants, and natural compounds that neutralize oxidative stress, a major driver of inflammation. Oxidative stress occurs when free radicals build up faster than your body can neutralize them, leading to cellular damage. Foods rich in antioxidants like berries, leafy greens, herbs, spices, nuts, and extra virgin olive oil help counter this imbalance. They protect your cells, reduce stress on tissues, and improve the way your body responds to insulin, making fat loss easier. When oxidative stress decreases, your cells regain the ability to communicate clearly and respond properly to metabolic signals, creating a more favorable environment for fat burning. One of the most powerful ways anti-inflammatory foods support healing is by improving insulin sensitivity. Inflammation makes the body resistant to insulin, forcing the pancreas to produce more of it just to manage blood sugar. High insulin levels then trigger more fat storage, especially around the belly. When you lower inflammation through food, your cells begin responding better to insulin again. This means your body needs less of it. And with less insulin circulating, the gates to fat burning slowly reopen. This shift is subtle but incredibly meaningful because it transforms fat loss from a struggle into a more natural process driven by biology, not willpower. Many anti-inflammatory foods also support digestive health, and the gut plays a major role in inflammation. When the gut lining becomes damaged from processed foods, sugar, stress, or poor sleep, toxins and undigested particles can leak into the bloodstream. This triggers an immune response that leads to widespread inflammation. Foods like fermented vegetables, yogurt, kefir, garlic, ginger, turmeric, and high-fiber vegetables help repair the gut lining and balance the microbiome. A healthy gut reduces inflammation at its source, which in turn improves digestion, nutrient absorption, appetite signals, and metabolic flexibility. It becomes easier for your body to process food efficiently and maintain stable energy throughout the day. Healthy fats play a significant role in fighting inflammation as well. Omega-3 fatty acids found in fatty fish, walnuts, chia seeds, and flax seeds help reduce inflammatory markers in the body. They counterbalance omega-6 fats, which are abundant in processed foods, and can promote inflammation when consumed excessively. When you incorporate more omega-3s and natural fats like olive oil, your body gains access to essential building blocks that soothe tissues, repair cell membranes, and regulate hormones. These fats also keep you full longer, reducing cravings and preventing blood sugar spikes, both of which help maintain a low inflammation environment. Spices and herbs are among the most concentrated sources of anti-inflammatory compounds. Turmeric contains curcumin, a powerful antioxidant that supports liver function, reduces inflammation, and improves insulin sensitivity. Ginger helps calm digestive inflammation, supports circulation, and enhances fat metabolism. Garlic reduces inflammatory pathways and supports cardiovascular health. Even small daily amounts of these spices can create positive changes because they consistently reduce internal stress and improve cellular communication. Over time, these foods become like gentle daily medicine for your metabolism. Another key aspect of anti-inflammatory foods is their influence on stress hormones. Chronic stress increases cortisol, a hormone that not only promotes inflammation, but also triggers fat storage around the midsection. Foods rich in magnesium, B vitamins, and healthy fats help regulate cortisol levels and support the nervous system. Leafy greens, seeds, nuts, avocados, and fish all provide nutrients that calm the stress response. When cortisol stabilizes, the body becomes more willing to release stored fat rather than hoard it for emergencies, a pattern that often emerges during chronic stress. Anti-inflammatory foods also enhance mitochondrial function, and mitochondria are the engines inside your cells that burn fat for energy. When inflammation is high, these engines slow down, making energy production less efficient and fat burning sluggish. Foods containing polyphenol like berries, olives, green tea, nuts, and colorful vegetables help protect mitochondria and enhance their ability to produce energy. When your mitochondria work better, your overall metabolism becomes more efficient, improving the way your body handles both food and stored energy. This is one of the reasons people feel more energized and mentally clear when they incorporate anti-inflammatory foods consistently. Another powerful benefit of lowering inflammation through food is improved hormonal balance. Inflammation disrupts hormones like leptin, ghrelin, insulin, cortisol, and thyroid hormones. These hormones regulate hunger, satiety, metabolism, and energy. When inflammation interferes with them, the body sends mixed signals leading to cravings, weight gain, fatigue, and metabolic confusion. Anti-inflammatory foods help bring these hormones back into balance, allowing the body to regulate appetite and energy more naturally. Balanced hormones make weight loss and healing feel smoother because your body is no longer sending you contradictory messages. As inflammation decreases, water retention often decreases as well. Many people mistake inflammation for fat, but once the internal environment becomes less inflamed, the body begins releasing excess fluid and swelling. This contributes to feeling lighter, less bloated, and more energetic. It's not just cosmetic. It's a sign that your body is shifting out of survival mode and into repair mode. When the body consistently receives foods that reduce inflammation, healing becomes a daily process. Fat burning increases not because you are forcing your body to lose weight, but because you are creating conditions that make it possible. Energy stabilizes, hunger becomes predictable, cravings diminish, and the body becomes more responsive to healthy habits. This is a foundation of deep, sustainable transformation built not through intensity, but through alignment with how the body naturally heals and burns fat. Healthy fats have an incredibly misunderstood role in the body, yet they're one of the most powerful tools you can use to stabilize your energy, reduce cravings, and naturally shift your metabolism toward fat burning. For years, people were told that eating fat makes you gain fat, but biology tells a very different story. When you consume the right kinds of fats, nutrient-dense, unprocessed, and naturally occurring, they send signals that help regulate hormones, keep insulin low, and provide long-lasting energy that prevents the constant hunger cycles so many people struggle with. These fats don't just fill your stomach. They activate systems in your body that support healing, reduce inflammation, and enhance metabolic stability. When your body feels nourished and supported, it stops sending desperate cravings and starts operating in a more balanced rhythm. Healthy fats digest slowly, which creates a steady release of energy rather than a rapid spike and crash. This slow and steady release is important because rapid drops in blood sugar are one of the biggest triggers for overeating and cravings. When your meals include healthy fats, you experience longer stretches of hunger-free focus, and this naturally reduces the urge to snack. This alone is a powerful shift because constant grazing keeps insulin elevated, and elevated insulin blocks fat burning. By simply including healthy fats, you give your body the ability to go longer between meals without feeling deprived, which helps insulin stay lower and allows fat-burning processes to activate more consistently throughout the day. Healthy fats also support the production of important hormones that regulate mood, appetite, sleep, metabolism, and stress. Hormones are made from the fats you consume. And when your diet includes high-quality sources like avocados, olives, nuts, seeds, fatty fish, and coconut, your body has the building blocks it needs to create hormones efficiently. When hormones are balanced, you feel more in control of your eating habits, less reactive to emotional triggers, and better equipped to maintain metabolic stability. On the other hand, diets low in healthy fats can lead to hormonal imbalances that create cravings, fatigue, and weight gain. By supporting your hormonal system, healthy fats create an internal environment where fat loss becomes more of a natural process rather than an ongoing struggle. Another benefit of healthy fats is their ability to help control inflammation. Chronic inflammation disrupts nearly every metabolic pathway, making weight loss more difficult. Omega-3 fatty acids, monounsaturated fats, and certain plant-based oils contain compounds that help calm the body's inflammatory response. Reducing inflammation doesn't just improve metabolic health. It supports clearer thinking, more stable energy, better digestion, and improved recovery. When inflammation decreases, the body becomes more responsive to insulin. And this is crucial because insulin resistance is one of the primary roadblocks to fat burning. Healthy fats help break this resistance by supporting cellular repair and reducing inflammatory stress, making it easier for the body to tap into stored fat. Healthy fats also play a major role in supporting brain health. The brain is made largely of fat, and it requires high-quality fats to function properly. When the brain receives what it needs, you experience sharper focus, clearer thinking, and improved mood regulation. This matters for fat loss because mental clarity influences discipline, decision-making, and emotional stability. People often underestimate how much their eating habits are influenced by stress, mood swings, or brain fog. When the brain feels nourished and supported, you naturally choose better foods to maintain healthier rhythms throughout the day. This creates a positive cycle that reinforces fat burning instead of sabotaging it. Another important aspect of healthy fats is their effect on digestion and nutrient absorption. Many vitamins like A, D, E, and K are fat-soluble, meaning they can only be absorbed when consumed with fat. These vitamins play essential roles in bone health, immune function, metabolism, cardiovascular support, and cellular repair. When your diet lacks healthy fats, your body struggles to absorb these nutrients, even if you're eating a lot of nutrient-rich foods. By including healthy fats, you improve your ability to extract key micronutrients from your meals, supporting overall metabolic efficiency. Better nutrient absorption means better energy production, improved hormonal function, and deeper healing within the cells. Healthy fats also support mitochondrial function, which is crucial because mitochondria are the power generators of your cells. They convert nutrients into usable energy, and when they function optimally, fat burning becomes far more efficient. Certain fats like those found in coconut oil, olive oil, avocados, nuts, and fatty fish provide fuel that mitochondria can use cleanly and efficiently. This enhances energy at cellular level, giving your body the ability to burn fat more effectively. When mitochondria struggle due to poor diet or chronic inflammation, metabolism slows, fatigue increases, and weight gain becomes easier. By nourishing your mitochondria through high-quality fats, you help re-energize your metabolism from within. There's also a powerful psychological benefit to healthy fats. When people feel satisfied after meals, they are far less likely to binge, snack impulsively, or spiral into cycles of guilt and overeating. Healthy fats create this sense of satisfaction because they activate satiety hormones like leptin while reducing the hunger hormone ghrelin. This hormonal shift helps retrain appetite signals so that your hunger becomes more aligned with your body's true energy needs. Instead of feeling controlled by cravings, you gain a sense of calm around food. This freedom is a crucial part of sustainable fat loss because it allows you to stay consistent without feeling like you're constantly battling your own biology. Healthy fats also contribute to stable energy levels throughout the day. Unlike sugary or processed foods that offer quick energy followed by a crash, fats provide a long-lasting, even source of fuel. This reduces the cycle of fatigue and overeating that many people fall into, especially in the afternoon, when blood sugar tends to dip. When your energy remains stable, you feel more productive, more focused, and more capable of making healthy choices. Stable energy also reduces emotional eating, which is often driven by exhaustion or stress rather than genuine hunger. When healthy fats become a consistent part of your meals, your body enters a rhythm where cravings diminish, hormones stabilize, inflammation decreases, and fat burning becomes more accessible. This harmony creates the foundation for long-term success, allowing your metabolism to work with you instead of against you. By supplying your body with the fats it needs, you help restore balance, nourish your cells, and create an internal state where fat loss and healing can unfold naturally. When we look at foods that truly support fat burning, one of the most powerful qualities they can offer is the ability to enhance mitochondrial function. Because mitochondria are the engines inside every cell that turn nutrients into usable energy. When these engines work efficiently, your metabolism becomes faster, your energy becomes more stable, and your body becomes more capable of burning fat as fuel. But when mitochondria slow down due to poor diet, chronic inflammation, stress, or nutrient deficiencies, the entire metabolic system slows with them. This is why certain foods act like metabolic catalysts. They nourish and activate mitochondrial function, helping your body shift from sluggishness to efficiency. These foods don't force your metabolism to speed up. They support the internal machinery that naturally turns fat into energy, creating a foundation for sustainable fat loss and improved vitality. Mitochondria rely on specific nutrients to function at their best. Foods rich in antioxidants, micronutrients, healthy fats, and phytonutrients help protect mitochondria from oxidative stress, which is one of the primary causes of mitochondrial damage. When the body produces energy, it also produces free radicals. And without enough protective antioxidants, these free radicals start damaging the mitochondria themselves. Foods like blueberries, leafy greens, olives, nuts, seeds, and green tea provide powerful antioxidants that neutralize these free radicals and preserve the integrity of your cellular engines. When oxidative stress decreases, mitochondria can operate more smoothly, generating cleaner energy and burning fat more effectively. Healthy fats play a major role in mitochondrial health as well. Mitochondria rely on fatty acids as a primary energy source, especially when insulin levels are low and the body shifts into fat-burning mode. Foods like avocados, extra virgin olive oil, coconut, chia seeds, and fatty fish provide the essential fatty acids that mitochondria use to generate energy efficiently. These fats not only fuel the mitochondria, but also help repair the membranes that protect them. When mitochondrial membranes remain strong and flexible, energy can be produced more rapidly, and fat oxidation becomes easier. This is why diets rich in high-quality fats often lead to improved energy levels and reduced cravings. They are giving the mitochondria the raw materials they need to thrive. Compounds found in certain foods can even stimulate the creation of new mitochondria, a process known as mitochondrial biogenesis. When your body produces more mitochondria, your metabolic capacity expands. You now have more cellular engines burning fuel, more energy being produced, and more fat being converted into usable energy. Foods like leafy greens, turmeric, green tea, fermented vegetables, garlic, and dark-colored berries contain natural compounds that activate pathways linked to mitochondrial biogenesis. This process helps your body become more efficient over time, increasing metabolic flexibility and enhancing the ability to switch between burning carbohydrates and burning fat. Another important aspect of mitochondrial health is the role of minerals like magnesium, zinc, iron, and selenium, which are essential for energy production. Without these minerals, mitochondria cannot carry out the chemical processes needed to convert nutrients into energy. Foods like pumpkin seeds, spinach, beans, lentils, nuts, and seafood provide these minerals in forms that the body can easily use. When mitochondria receive the right minerals, the energy production process runs more smoothly, reducing fatigue and allowing the body to maintain a higher metabolic rate. This improved energy flow not only supports fat burning, but also enhances mood, mental clarity, and physical endurance. Certain foods also help reduce inflammation around the mitochondria. Chronic inflammation damages mitochondrial enzymes and slows down their function, creating a cycle where low energy leads to poor food choices, which then lead to more inflammation. Anti-inflammatory foods like ginger, turmeric, olive oil, leafy greens, and fatty fish help break the cycle. They calm the internal environment, allowing mitochondria to recover and function more efficiently. When inflammation decreases, the body becomes more responsive to fat-burning signals, making weight loss easier and more sustainable. Foods rich in polyphenol provide another layer of support for mitochondrial health. Polyphenol are plant compounds found in berries, olives, tea, nuts, cocoa, and vibrant vegetables. These compounds activate metabolic pathways that enhance mitochondrial performance and improve insulin sensitivity. When insulin sensitivity improves, the body is better able to shift into fat-burning mode, allowing mitochondria to access stored fat more easily. Polyphenol also improve blood flow, delivering more oxygen and nutrients to the cells, which supports energy production and overall metabolic health. Another powerful way foods support mitochondrial function is by supplying amino acids that help repair tissues and support enzyme production. Foods like eggs, fish, legumes, and nuts provide essential amino acids that mitochondria rely on to maintain their structure and perform their metabolic tasks. When the body receives these amino acids consistently, mitochondrial repair becomes more efficient, reducing fatigue and metabolic slowdown that happen when cells struggle to maintain their integrity. Healthy foods also play a role in supporting detoxification, which indirectly benefits mitochondria. When toxins accumulate in the body, they interfere with mitochondrial function, slow down energy production, and increase oxidative stress. Foods like cruciferous vegetables, citrus fruits, herbs, and fermented foods support liver detoxification pathways. helping the body clear out harmful compounds that would otherwise inhibit mitochondrial activity. A cleaner internal environment gives mitochondria the space to perform their jobs without interference. When mitochondria function efficiently, the entire body benefits. Energy production becomes more stable, reducing the cycle of fatigue and cravings that often lead to overeating. Hormone balance improves because mitochondrial health is closely linked to hormone signaling. The body becomes more capable of using stored fat for energy, reducing dependence on constant external fuel. Mental clarity increases as the brain receives a steady supply of clean energy. Muscle endurance improves because cells can generate energy more rapidly. And overall metabolic flexibility increases, allowing the body to adapt more easily to different eating patterns and energy demands. The foods that support mitochondrial function create a foundation for long-term fat loss by improving the body's internal capacity to burn energy efficiently. When you nourish your mitochondria consistently, fat burning becomes more predictable, cravings diminish, energy rises, and the body begins operating the way it was designed to. This internal transformation leads to a more natural rhythm of eating, healing, and burning fat, setting the stage for sustainable results that last far beyond temporary diets or short-term efforts.